I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence, then let them in, talk up their body, another one body, that's just how it go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, I to stay on the go. I came to play with the pros and act like a rookie, so they overlook me, then I double up again, none of their knows. None of them cold, they just got lucky but never adapted, so I'm turning to one if it's coming to blows. My enemies cutting it close, I let them think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke, I'm ready for smoke. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing, Richard?
Doing good,
All
doing
right.
good.
Welcome to Startup on the Blocks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we're glad to have you all. And like I said before, I'll start off introducing Startup on the Blocks to the audience and to you all, to you both. We're definitely glad to have you both here today. Uh, and and so, first off, we want to thank our sponsors, Innisfree Hotel. They've sponsored a couple of pitch competitions, and also the First Bank. They sponsored our last pitch competition. So we definitely like to do those pitch competitions to give uh, the founders a chance to kind of practice their pitching and go through the process. Even though we do a small one, they're like 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 500,000, $1 million type pitch competition. So this is you have to get started and just learn how to do it, and so you can move forward. Also, we work with the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber here in Pensacola, also the Greater Pensacola Chamber and the Small Business Development Center. They're our partners. And thanks to Bantucola, we're streaming in a whole lot of places, YouTube, several Facebook pages, LinkedIn, and today for the first time we're streaming on Twitch. So we're really getting the word out there for all these startup founders and helping them move forward in this startup ecosystem. So we're definitely glad to have you both on here, but we couldn't do it without the sponsors. So let's see here. Yeah, so I created this chart today to kind of give people an idea of what Startup on the Blocks was all about. So basically, we work with founders and anybody with a business idea, anybody that's building a startup. If you have a startup already out there making money, we work with the founders, and we also work with small businesses to kind of help them understand what the startup world is all about, and learn about building a product or service that scale. And today the ecosystem out there supports nonprofits as well. They actually even have accelerator programs and pitch competitions for nonprofits. So, and that's a pretty neat thing. So, and we as a nonprofit, the Kukua Institute, we actually participated in a lot of those things as well. So our playbook is kind of what we recommend any founder to, if they want to get on track to kind of get some of these opportunities. So basically, what happens with Startup on the Blocks, I didn't really go over this that well, is that if a person has an idea, and 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 so what we do is we do this best practice training, on every week, but we also have some internal training that we offer to founders where which through the Lean Stack program, and that allows for the foundation to kind of get the right mindset to understand what the startup world is about, and then this business model design. That's you have when you get an idea, you literally have to create a business model for it, and so that business model design training, it helps you design your business model and validate it, determine the feasibility, make sure it's desirable, and all that good stuff. And then the paid portion of our program is the business model validation. So that's like the 12 accelerator program to move forward. Had you guys went through any type of Lean Stack training before?
No.
Yeah, I believe it when you talked about it.
Okay, so yeah, because it's basically trying to give you the best practices for starting lean, and so you don't go out there spending months and months working on your idea and you haven't validated that it's actually a viable or desirable idea. And so that's kind of what that training, the stuff is all about. So and Cameron, like I said, I sent you the link to the Lean Stack today, and once you respond to that invite, you'll get access to these first two things: the foundations and the business model design, and that comes with some lean canvas, the traction roadmap and the customer forces tool. And so, but we also offer a project management platform and a task management platform that you can actually manage the work, that the tasks that your startup is doing. We also have a framework that you can make sure you're not leaving out any steps with, on your road to building your MVP as well. And of course, we do these weekly things, and we have the weekly newsletter that lists a lot of financial opportunities, training opportunities, pitch competitions, and stuff to get you going. Also internally, we have mentors and some innovation labs. And the playbook is just a general thing that any founder can follow if they're thinking about, becoming a founder. This sort of kind of tells them the roadmap to go on. So, like, even if you're not affiliated with us in any way, these are the links where you can actually get on track and I kind of understand what the deal is. And so the startup school is free training. I was talking to Cameron you a little bit earlier about the F6S site. That site has like 4 million founders on it, and also also the freebies for founders as well. And like I said, we do the weekly stuff where you can network and learn. So we had a couple of new people on tonight, and so Nikhil, and it was his first time using the networking part of our platform, and it's truly amazing. And yes, so Carl is asking how you sign up for your newsletter. Carl, you'll get added to the newsletter just by participating in the event tonight, so you'll automatically get on our mailing list since you sign up there. So we're glad to have you, and welcome to the Pensacola startup ecosystem. I understand she's over in Jacksonville, and and also has an office over here at the Spring as well. Yeah. So, but it's just a lot of opportunities out there in the ecosystem, but you have to have the mindset and know how to take advantage of it. And but the key thing is you have to know those best practices from like the Lean Stack training and get that mindset right. Because when you apply for an accelerator program that makes investments in your company, or you apply for a pitch competition, these questions they're going to ask you are by going through the Lean Stack training, you will know how to answer those questions. And that's kind of what the dilemma is. All these opportunities, but they're based on you actually understanding the startup world and understanding how to be a founder and how to build and grow your company, because that's what the ecosystem, it wants to help you build and grow your company. And I say that over and over again, so hopefully some of my sometimes it's hard for people to realize there's organizations out there that's willing to help you. Have you all received much help along your startup journey?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Or have you all received leverage the startup ecosystem? Have you received a lot of help in building you all's application, or have y'all participated in pitch competitions or incubator programs, anything?
No, honestly, we've been bootstrapping the whole time.
Okay.
So we just been using our own funds. Although we are in our fundraising, so we are looking for funds currently. So we are
Gotcha.
looking for angels and
Gotcha.
ventures and stuff like that. So, but
Okay.
we've been bootstrapping the whole time. Our website, our app, everything has been on us.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's and I find a lot of founders out there, not being aware of all the help they can actually get to do what they're trying to do. But I think the best way I would describe the ecosystem, if you're a startup founder and trying to build something at scale, there's plenty of help out there to do that. Mentors, training, because when you start talking to the investors, they're going to be asking a lot of questions, and that best practice training is what helps you understand how to answer those questions. So you can learn on your own, looking at YouTube videos and stuff like that. But it's a lot better, being a part of like a little network of founders, so you can actually. And I don't know if a lot of the audience understand the Lean Stack program. It was developed by Ash Maher, the guy that developed the Lean Canvas, and so it's literally the state of the art training for a founder, and actually moving forward and getting investment in your company.
Okay.
So yeah, and so through our program, we through our Lean Stack program, you can get access to the founders as well. We got some all different kinds of background. We got some founders in there. We have some business development people in there, banking people in there, marketing people in there, accounting people in there, and like Takesha here, she's been through a lot of programs, and she got started with one program, and that led to another program, and that led to another program, and even she got into Google for Black founders. And do you realize, Cameron or Quentin, if you get well known in the startup ecosystem, you as a Black founder, if Google, and you get in their program, they'll write you a check for $100,000, no strings attached.
No, I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
I believe we actually talked about it before, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
I believe you
yeah.
did mention.
Yeah, so like even like your mobile application. So like since you got it on the iPhone, you as a Black founder, Apple has a program for Black founders as well. That if you use their stuff, and then Facebook, if you use their login stuff, they have a program for founders as well. Yeah, so there's so many things out there that help you kind of grow and move forward, and that's what I want the audience to kind of understand is that you can be out there doing by yourself, but why would you do that if these companies are willing to help you grow and and move forward? And that was my experience on my startup journey. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of free software and cloud credits. Lots of funding, almost $150,000 in direct funding, no equity give up or anything, so it's just a lot of opportunities out there. So I'll get off my soapbox there a little bit, but here locally in Pensacola, we do the Startup Social on it's the Tuesday before the first Wednesday. It's normally the first Tuesday, but it's the Tuesday before the first Wednesday of the month. So the Kukua Institute with Startup on the Blocks, we're hosting the one that's coming up on April 5th. And so, and additionally, we do office hours each weekend on Saturdays. And we're doing a second startup founders type open house. And I'll look into streaming that as well. So if you all want to participate from Central Florida, that's a possibility. But yeah, so that's just a kind of an open house to get more people familiar with that, and the Small Business Development Center would be there, to kind of give advice and stuff like that as well. Yes. So was that a mouthful or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good information.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Yeah. So Quentin, you've been a little quiet there. So what do you think about all that info?
It's a lot.
Quinn's the quiet one.
We can learn from and use as far as a startup. So we'll definitely take the action to learn from the information you're giving us and things like that.
Fantastic. So yeah, it definitely the deal. So Carla's asking about the April event. The first Tuesday, April 5th, we have a startup social. Earlier this month, it was at the spring, and then the first one was at JDIoT. That's a co-working space. The spring got a co-working space. Those are some things in our ecosystem up here. But we all got together and said it would be great to have an event where we all can help promote each other and what we're trying to do. So that so definitely So it's kind of funny, like I went to both of them, and that we had so far until this last one at the spring. I like I was telling everybody, I learned a lot from that. I met a developer that develops SDKs or software development kits, and gave me a better understanding of those. So so if you create some proprietary technology, you can actually know how to create a SDK where you don't have to put any of your private proprietary stuff in there, but you can let other developers interface with it through that software development kit. So it's just a way to get more exposure to the stuff you have. So as you like, even with your all's platform, with your mobile app, you actually will be creating some unique information that's is that maybe only you all have, but just based on you all's particular platform. So that information actually becomes valuable. And I think the challenge is learning how to capture that information and create value with it. Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
I'll give you. So Cameron, why don't you start off introducing yourself and just telling us a little bit about you? Just a couple of minutes, if you like.
Yeah. Well, my name is Cameron. Um, I'm 21 years old. I attended 1 year of college.
Okay.
I was a marketing major. I ran track. Had a scholarship, and that's actually when I came up with the idea with Drive Global.
Okay.
I grew up in a middle class household. Um, Dad being a mortgage underwriter with two, yeah, five siblings, four siblings, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
uh, and so, yeah, I'm pretty much a middle child. So I
Okay.
have two younger and two older siblings,
Okay.
and so yeah, that's
That's it. That's
really
fantastic.
really my life right now.
Okay. Okay. All right, Quentin.
All right. So my name is Quentin. I'm 23. I attended one semester in college. Didn't know really what I was getting into. Then
Okay.
I realized what I really wanted to do. So I stopped going to school and started pursuing what I wanted to do was drive global, and we pursued that.
Okay.
Um, Saying like the middle child, just I'm just here, like I'm saying, trying to make it, trying to make it, trying to make it,
Okay. Okay.
trying to make it, trying to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. You both. It was pretty neat seeing you all down in Tampa a few weeks ago, and yeah. So how did you all actually get hooked up with that event?
Well, I actually saw it. So I believe, well, I'm on LinkedIn. I was just scrolling down and I saw Synapse, Florida, and I saw a lot of guests that I knew actually that I've networked with before.
Okay.
Um, and then one of them actually gave us a ticket to go,
Okay. Okay.
to Synapse, Florida. So he offered the ticket and stuff. So we was like, yeah, we'll go. And it was a big event. I mean, it was a real big event, and we just love going. We just love seeing a bunch of going to a bunch of events, and most of the events are in Tampa, anyways.
Gotcha.
Um, so we and we're not that far, so why not just go to an event where we can network, and that's what we preach all the time, just networking, trying to find different people that we can connect with, and maybe we never know where that can relationship can take us.
Yeah.
So really, yeah, that's how we really ended up in Snaps, Florida.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So that's what networking will do for you. Yes.
exactly.
So yeah. So Doug, I don't think you all mentioned where actually are you all located at?
Oh, so we're located in Polk County, Florida. I
Okay.
mean, it's like in between Orlando and Tampa, so small area, not too big. It's growing though.
Yes.
So that's where we're located right now.
So like,
Yeah.
go ahead, Cameron.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, that's where we stay currently. I'm originally from East St. Louis, so if
Okay.
you know where that is, that's
Yes. Yes.
Illinois.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So so there in that Polk County, Lakeland area, so are there a lot of other startups there? What's that ecosystem like?
Polk County ecosystem. It's one of them cities where sports is a main priority, if that makes sense.
Okay.
One of them sports cities, or sport county. Um, it's all the cities are pretty much like together, so everybody knows each other in Polk County. So it's mainly like it's like a sports ecosystem, honestly.
Okay.
Um, People our age really aren't really into startups as far as like business wise on our level, I guess, if that make I mean
Gotcha. Gotcha.
but there is, I'd say, it's made like a local town, like
Okay.
normal ice cream shops, wash car washes, and it's just a real small local town that like we have to go travel all the way to Orlando um to shop, you know what I'm saying, to shop
Mhm.
or to really have fun, honestly.
Okay. Gotcha. 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 So like, let's start with so tell us what your startup is, and then we'll back up and see kind of what led you to Drive Global.
Okay, so
So
all right, I'll go for it.
you can go.
All right. So Drive Global is a mobile delivery service where we deliver retail items in as little as 2 hours to
Wow. Okay.
local from local retailers to
Okay.
consumers in the area. So right now we're starting off in Polk County. As far as where we're starting at in Davenport where a lot of tourists are.
Okay.
So that's like our main traction right now, getting those people from Davenport, Four Corners, and things like that to use our app. Due to going to Orlando, it takes 45 minutes from anybody. From if you stay in Polk County, it takes you at least 45 minutes to go towards Orlando to a shopping center or
Hmm.
towards a shopping center in Tampa. So with our app, you'll be able to shop from your local retailers and get it delivered to you in 1 to 2 hours.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. So so how did you actually come up with the idea? You all come up with the idea for Drive Global?
Yeah, so we actually came up with it in high school.
Okay.
We graduated in 2018. Me and Quentin went to different high schools
Okay.
in Polk County. Um, but we was going to the same grad bash. I'm not sure if you're familiar with grad bash. It's basically an event that takes place at Universal. All the seniors go to get together and ride rides. It's a big event. All really seniors from all over Florida.
Okay.
Not
Um,
all over the world.
but
Okay.
yeah, all over the world. So, but we was going to grad bash, and I mean, you usually want to dress a certain way at grad bash, because everybody's going to be there. So, it's kind of like a stunt thing, to
Okay.
look good for everybody. But we didn't really want to, like I said, Polk County is far from everything else, so we didn't really want to go to all the way to the outlets in Orlando to go to purchase things. I mean, it's traffic. We didn't
Mhm.
like. I'm lazy, honestly, so I just didn't want to go there, and we're shopping for 3 to 4 hours trying to find what to wear and stuff like that. But and honestly, we didn't even have a car our senior year.
Yeah.
Um, so we're actually walking to Target, and I'm like, I'm telling Quentin, what if, like, why can't we just have this stuff delivered to us? Like, we have Uber. Uber was around, so I'm like, there's no way that we can actually get clothes or anything delivered to us directly. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I'm like, I'm thinking more about the idea as I'm walking in Target. I'm like, yeah, this is like, what? Why can't we just? We need to get something, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting together the like app in my head, and I'm just thinking of ideas and stuff like Uber's around. And that's when Uber was kind of big,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a sense. Uber is still big, but that's when we really heard it, and it was just, I was using it and stuff like that. But I'm just like, Uber's around, but we can't deliver stuff. This might be something that I want. And fast forward a couple months after we graduated, even just in college, as I because I went straight to college.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was paying for my college.
Yeah.
Aside from my scholarship, I had like a partial scholarship for
Yes.
track, but I was paying for my college and working. I was working at Valet, which was at a shopping center as well.
Okay.
So while I was working, doing all these things, being a student athlete, trying to work and paying for my college, which wasn't cheap. I'm like, I can't do this college thing no more. I can't. It's difficult. So, but I came up with a concept in college. People were asking me to, take them to because I did have a car at this point. I was using my dad's car. Take them to the mall to shop, or bring them some products, bring them food. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, this could actually work on college campuses too, because these
Okay.
guys don't have cars. These guys live on campus. They don't have cars either. And I'm talking to it with my counselor, and stuff like this. And that's when we actually came up with the prototype of Drive Global. Paid for the prototype to get done. And I'm like, dang, I actually want to work on this. And I'm telling Quentin, like, hey, this can work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this something that I really want to work on. We really just pursued it from there. The following year, I came out of college, and I worked strictly on Drive Global, and I was working at Valet full time,
Yes.
to really just save up for my own car.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And
Gotcha. Yeah. So
yeah,
so how, so I'm trying to think of, so how did you know what to do, to get started, like to lay out or to create the app, or so what I'm trying to figure out, did you all go to the Small Business Development Center? Did you all have a mentor, entrepreneurship coach? How did you
So
figure out what to do?
well, you want to go
I'll,
ahead?
I'll touch
Well,
base a little bit, then you touch base a little bit. You touch whatever I don't touch on. So basically, we did have a couple mentors as
Okay.
far as how to save money and this and that. Like everything costs, so we
Yeah.
wasn't gonna get handed to, wasn't gonna get an app handed to us or whatever. So we had a couple mentors. We did our research. That's the strongest tool we had, was our own resource. Um, Things like that we touched on. His dad was one of our mentors on what we needed to go through, what we needed, things like that, things we needed to jot down, things that we had to go over or whatever. So we started off, yeah, we started from the bottom,
Okay.
just us and the few mentors that we had around us.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
yeah, for the most part, we did have a couple of mentors just, guiding us through. But as far as like, finding, for example, our app developer and stuff like that, we went on Upwork actually. We went
Okay.
on Upwork, and we're like, the freelancer site, and was
Yeah.
like, all right, let's see if we can find a app developer here. And actually, our app developer now, and this was 3 years ago, so this is still back in 2018 when we're
Okay.
just forming the company and stuff like that. But that our app developer, he kind of stood out to us because he was so adamant on just doing like, hey, I can do this. I can, I can do this app and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. He seems like he knows what he wants to do. So we decided to give him a chance, and I mean, he's still working with us. So
Okay. Okay.
he's been good.
So did he lead you all through the app development process, or and so what about all the graphics and all that stuff? So how did y'all handle the screens?
Yeah, so he gave us a prototype basically on what the app can look like. We did a few tweaks. We're asking, okay, I want this here, I want that there, and just designing it a little bit. Adding some other features. I'm create a flow chart, all those type of things so that he can understand better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he was very helpful as far as like in the beginning. He knew what he was doing. Honestly,
Okay.
he just and he was just asking us how many features, and then but honestly, this was so since this was in the beginning, we honestly didn't really commit to it until because he told us so originally. I don't mind disclosing it, but it was so he told us it was $30,000,
Okay.
right? So he told us $30,000. So we're like, dang, how are we gonna get this money? We don't have this money. So this was after the prototype. So we paid for the prototype and stuff like that for him to design it. But we're sitting on it like, dang, I don't know how we're gonna get this money for the app. And so we kind of put it off on a little bit, just finding out, all right, we need to get this done, but we don't have the money yet. So let's
Mm-hmm.
just go through life, I guess, and
Yeah.
figure out, all right, how can we get this money? Um, it was in November, December, we were working at Valet,
Mm-hmm.
and with tips and everything, tips being good, us and with the busy season, holiday season, Valet was really picking up.
Yeah.
Um, and so me and Quentin, we were honestly grinding 19 hours a day.
Wow.
19 hours. We was going hard. That's when Black Friday was, so stores were open 24 hours. So we was grinding, pretty much all day, every day. You couldn't tell us to go home, and we was supervisor. We were supervisors on the shift. So,
Okay.
we was doing everything, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, yeah, we were just doing everything, and some people just didn't want to work, so we was able to benefit off that as well,
Okay.
with tips and stuff. But after that we ended up saving enough money to just saving enough money, and we still held it off because we're like, okay, is this enough money to move forward?
Yeah, because then
Mm-hmm.
we
When
got hit with
COVID
the
hit,
pandemic. Yeah, and we got hit with the pandemic. But before the pandemic, we actually our goal was to start before the pandemic, like before everybody knew
Okay.
about the pandemic. And if we would have started, because when we were saving up the money we had or whatever, we were
Yeah.
trying to contact investors, but that just wasn't working and things like that. Like we got said no to. We didn't
Yeah.
know what we was doing, and I was saying at that point, the mentors that we had, yeah, they told us this and that, but they never got that far. So therefore, it was just us at that point. So
Gotcha.
we couldn't use our mentors to guide us through how we get into get in front of investors, how we get into these rooms and things like that. So at that point, we hit a brick wall, or whatever, and all we knew was work, and save. Because if we can't get in contact with an investor, it's gonna have to come out of our pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the pandemic did give us like some hope. Why? Because we saved or whatever. But
Yeah.
we do say we do like think back and be like, dang, if we would have had the app running and rocking and rolling before the pandemic, when the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic came, we would have been at the top of the food chain. Why? Because we see Instacart, how
Yeah.
they came up or whatever through the pandemic and all these other delivery services.
Yes. So
yeah.
like, yeah. So you mentioned, Quentin, you mentioned the research. So like, so what kind of stuff were you finding out through your research, and how did you even know what to search for?
Oh, so our researches, I mean, it wasn't something that we knew, but it's something that we was willing to learn. Like at that point, like
Okay.
it was all in the research. Like how we get this, okay, we gotta have to figure it out. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was just all on like we have to figure it out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do we need
Yeah.
this? Like it was sometimes where we spend money on things that like we spent money on, was it a pricing analysis, and the lady ditched us. Like
Wow.
she ditched us. Like we didn't know where she went. Like, and we didn't even use her pricing. Like her pricing models, we didn't even use it. We came up
Okay.
with our own at that point. So like it
Gotcha.
was certain things like our pricing analysis. Like she gave us a breakdown or whatever. We was gonna use it, but she dissed this and we was like, she left us with just this and really she explained it, but she didn't really explain it to us. So it was like,
Okay.
you
Gotcha.
know
Yeah,
what, we can't worry about
it
that. Let's come up with our own prices on how we're gonna do it, and this and that is our business. So and in, not like now when we look at our prices and look at the prices that she gave us, at the end of the day, yes, she did give us some like little pointers or whatever and things like that that we use, but we
Hmm.
came up with it on our own. Like we
Gotcha.
came up with our pricings and the pricing that we have now. Like when we asked our mentors, we asked different people like, would you pay this? We actually
customers.
did yeah, what I'm saying. We actually did surveys before we had the app. Would you
Okay.
pay this much for a service that can deliver to you? We walked for our we print out at least 300 to 400 surveys,
Okay.
and we was passing them out around shopping centers. Like we was doing our own researches. Like we was doing our own. Like we wasn't just on the internet. We was actually out there doing
Okay.
these
I got
surveys
you.
hand
Got
on.
you. I'm glad you clarified that a lot. Yeah, because I thought you just meant you were searching on the internet. So, but
Oh
yeah,
no
you
no
were
no, yeah
out there
yeah.
talking to people. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah, we definitely did. We definitely did market research. Really, this and honestly, the surveys were really before we even had like the prototype, everything. The surveys we printed, like I said, 300, 400 surveys out, and we was literally going door to door, just asking, just three questions. Would you pay for a service like this? How much would you pay? And things like that and stuff like that, and if it would be beneficial or stuff like that. um but also research as we started getting to building the app. We had to do research as well,
Okay.
because we never built an app like this. Obviously we never built an app like this. We're just now getting to the tech space. This isn't something that you can just wing.
Got
It's really about self-education. What I'm
you.
saying, self-education. And honestly, Google is your friend. Honestly, Google, you can Google a lot of things and just learn, just reading different things. um just yeah, just like when you asked about what do we search up, it was just little things like, um what can I say, like really we studied our competitors. Let's say that. So we just
Yeah. Okay.
studied our competitors.
Okay.
So yeah, that's for the main part. We studied our competitors. What are they doing in this space? How did they get to this space and stuff like that? And their different services and stuff like that, and we applied it to ours.
Yeah. So like so so in this case, who your competitors? Because up here in Pensacola and a lot of places, I haven't I've heard of people delivering groceries and stuff like that, but I hadn't heard of people delivering stuff from retail stores. Other than Walmart, maybe starting to do some stuff. But like so who did y'all model your Drive Global after?
So, starting off, we modeled our Drive Global after Instacart. So, like,
Oh,
that's a grocery delivery service. So
gotcha.
we modeled it, and that's who we were studying the most, honestly.
Okay.
Because in 2018, or yeah, about 2018, they wasn't known on, like, to us at least. They were in there though. They were definitely doing their thing in
Hmm.
2018. But we didn't know of them. So,
Okay.
but as we came down to it, 2020, 2019, we heard of Instacart and we're like, dang, they kind of, because honestly, before apparel, we were supposed to do groceries. So
Yes.
but we wanted to do everything, honestly. So we wanted to do groceries, apparel, electronics, everything.
Yeah.
But when it came down to it and building the app, we came to see that nobody was in the market. It wasn't a lot of market share in apparel delivery. These
Gotcha.
local brick and mortar stores don't have really apparel delivery. They're just now getting to curbside pickup.
Yes.
So I already know that it's going to be delivery soon. So why not offer this service?
Well,
So
yeah.
we do have a lot of indirect competitors, which
Yeah.
is
Like,
Instacart, with Uber, DoorDash, um, Amazon is
yes. Yeah.
can be a competitor, definitely. And so those more of the delivery services are our competitors.
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. So like, and so Instacart, it's has people in the stores shopping. So what's you all approach to that with Drive Global?
Um, So, like I said, so what we're approaching, what we're headed towards is basically we want the stores to purchase the product. I mean, well, not purchase the product, but to handle the shopping.
Okay. Oh,
Because if you're in retail stores, if you're in clothing retail, apparel
yeah.
retail stores, store associate, and we worked in apparel also. So
Okay.
I worked at Adidas, he worked at Reebok for quite a while, and we came to see that we're always walking around the store. When I'm in
Mhm.
the shoe aisle, I'm in the shoe aisle walking back and forth. I know what's in stock, and they already know what clothes are there and where they are because
Okay.
they're in there all the time. So why not let the store associates handle that?
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Okay.
you know,
Okay. I
handle the
follow
shopping. Grocery stores could be a little different, but also like Walmart has in-store associates shopping, for their groceries as well.
you. Yeah. Gotcha.
So we kind of came up to a conclusion that we want the store to do the shopping.
Okay. Okay. Yes. And so is your all approach to partner with certain stores or how do you get started, with what you're all doing?
Yeah, so like I said, we're basically at the bottom right now. So basically we're doing everything ourselves, shopping
Okay.
for it, doing the driving.
Hmm.
And we're actually in some talks with some online stores that we also want to add because
Okay.
we don't just want to do brick and mortar. There's also online stores that have, products on hand in a warehouse, wherever it may be, that needs that delivery option too for local customers. So we're also in talks with online, which they will be doing their own shopping.
Gotcha.
But as far as brick and mortar stores, um, we're doing the shopping, we're doing the driving, pulling up and stuff like that. And we were in talks with a couple of like smaller retailers,
Hmm.
but with the technology, with the smaller retailers, it was a little bit difficult. So we had to kind of approach the problem and figure out, all right, how can we do this, where we can start building clientele and hopefully attracting investors as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So the deal, it sounds like um, you all's skill in networking, it'll eventually help you all get connected to you know to work out the best niche to kind of be in there. It sounds like the business model idea um, is workable, but it also sounds like you have to start, like you're doing right now. You're actually proving out the idea by doing it manually, yourself. And what a lot of people don't realize, that's how most successful startups get started. They do it manually and show that it can work, and then they start using software to automate it or when you actually
Exactly.
hire people or do things to actually work. So, but I think if you can continue to validate your your approach and maybe find the right set of stores to work with, to kind of actually move it forward. I think definitely got some potential, but it's gonna take those right connections. And so this is a perfect example when we're like two founders like yourself, co-founders. If you get connected with the right program, they'll help you you know get get into that right niche, because there's no doubt that you all are willing to work. So it's just a matter of um, just kind of evolving into the a good way to demonstrate something get to the point where you can figure out a way to scale it.
Yeah, definitely. Network is a big thing, especially as being an entrepreneur. You must network. I mean, that's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely but yeah, you always have to start. Start somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. That's
And
exactly.
building your product. Um, because like you said, and like you said earlier, investors want to know that your idea is valid. They want to know your idea is valid. So,
Hmm.
that's what you have to take them steps to show that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so by you out there working and talking to people, you will actually, e- evolve into something that does work and will, you can figure out how to make it scalable because, companies like Instacart, Amazon, all these companies figure out a, a way, but you have to kind of, like I said, do it manually first. But I think where I'm headed is that you have to find the I guess the vertical or the like corporate type accelerator program that actually needs something like what you all are doing, some innovation where you applying you all's approach to to, like, for example, Target. One of the announcements in the newsletter is Target started this, I don't know which second, third, or whatever cohort of people that actually put stuff in stores. But I wonder if a company like that would be open to the flip side of that, service that actually helps get stuff out of the stores into the people's home. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and so, but it's just so as two co-founders, you got to figure out which part of corporate America that's willing to help you out with what you're doing. And
Hmm.
so so this is the secret sauce to being a founder is you just have to realize there's somebody out there that's willing to help you with what you're doing. And so you just got to get connected with those type resources.
Agree. Yes, definitely agree with that. Definitely agree
Mhm.
with that.
Yeah. So what have you all found so far? So you said when I met you all were you're in like a private beta. So have you all actually launched yet?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We actually just launched. What was it? Last week. Got
Okay.
actually our first delivery today.
Oh, fan, congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just got our first delivery today.
Okay.
Have at least, I believe we have what, 65 signups
Okay.
since we started last week.
Okay. Okay. So like so what's y'all approach for growing your base there? Where is that with is so is it mainly Lakeland there your because Lakeland is the largest city in Polk County, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir, I believe so.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So,
Um, So we can deliver to Lakeland. So the store that we're at, so we're testing it out at Route 21.
okay.
So Route 21 there actually is a Route 21 in Lakeland, but we're at the Route 21 in Davenport.
Okay.
So the way our app work, yeah. So the way the app works is, um, we have a large radius. It's a
Okay.
25-mile radius.
Gotcha.
So our driver can deliver as far as, I believe, Kissimmee, Orlando area, and
Gotcha.
some parts of Lakeland as well.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
so it does extend over Polk County,
So
with the
okay.
delivery.
So it sounds like your approach is to partner with these retailers and go from there. Is that what your approach is for growth?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're
Yes, we want.
partner with, but starting off, we have to earn our stripes. Like, have to earn our, like, basically showing them that our clientels are shopping on our app, this and that. We have signups and things like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah,
And so yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, our approach is basically to increase the sales. Once we increase, sales of Route 21, then of course, that is a proven method that our business is working, and because that's the main goal, to help brick and mortar stores bring in more traffic, you know, in that aspect.
Okay. Yeah. So like, so with Amazon, taking a lot of business away from local retailers, you all are coming in to try to support the local retailers, in actually, moving forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So it looks like, I'm trying to look at these questions over here. So there was a comment. Congratulations on your first delivery.
Appreciate it.
Yep. And
Thank you. Thank you.
let's see what this question is. It's a little long there, so y'all can see it, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can.
Yes, I see.
So,
So they said proud of you guys, and so he's wondering about the price of gas going up. How can you make a profit, and so it's also like about the upcharge. Yeah,
Look,
yeah. Are you required to get any discounts from the
partially.
retailer in order, or is the products basically being sold at with the same price they're normally being sold at?
okay. So with our profit, I mean, as just a
No, no.
store, we have
Let's take it one step. Let's say, so. The first thing is, I want to, based on what I'm seeing, I see a lot of stuff here, but is the retailer discounting the product at all?
oh well the retailer.
It
So we was actually just
it
talking
it
about.
depends. So I mean, they do have their in-store promotions.
Okay,
They do have their in-store promotions, but their promotions aren't ours. We
right.
might we have our own promotions, through our app,
Gotcha, gotcha.
and stuff like that. When we start partnering it, that may change. We're not sure. But as
Okay,
far as right now, we're a delivery service, so we don't have the same promotions that Route 21 will have.
gotcha.
As far as profit, um, and the driver time, fuel, and all of that, we do have for our drivers do have their rate depends on mileage, number of items the customer may pay, um, and they have a starting price, which is $7. So they obviously start at $7,
Okay,
which is higher than most delivery services like DoorDash, or
yeah,
stuff like that. Um, as far as what was the other? Oh, okay. So the upcharge on the retail product. So yes. So we did approach a more of a Instacart business model, which is mark up the prices.
good.
Mark up the products 10% for each product and stuff like that. So that's how we're able to pay our drivers and make a significant profit from that as well. And we also have service fee and delivery charges as well. With the inflation of the driver fuel, that'll really be up to the customers at this point. We do definitely have we we I, we're definitely coming up with plans, to try to help our drivers out with that fuel cost, of course. But right now, it's mainly up to the driver if they, want to deliver or not. Um, but we definitely do want to come up, but he can't control the the oil prices right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
so we're
yeah,
definitely, just trying.
yeah. Okay, yeah. And there's so many variations to what you all are doing, and Carla says she's proud of you guys too, and
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. And so
Thank
yeah. So you guys definitely setting a hustle example. Yeah. So
you. Yeah.
really good. Um, but so like, I'm trying to think. So there's so many variations to what you all are doing, because you could have went to like some fancy mall or something, and got stuff delivered that way. But yeah, but I think you just keep proving out your idea and demonstrated that it's going to work. So there's several unicorn companies that actually started out, doing stuff manually, like you guys are, they didn't even have an app, they're doing it manually. And so what's you all's approach to marketing?
So marketing, that's what we just entered, since we're launching and, beta testing and all those good things, marketing is definitely something that we have to approach correctly.
Yeah.
Our approach to marketing really like is the hustle, that's what we value right now.
Hmm.
Is the hustle, which is, passing out flyers and shopping.
Is that his thing or is that my thing?
I believe it's his
Yeah.
road.
Yeah. So, Quinn, yeah, there you go. We lost your voice there, Cameron. Yeah. So Quinn, we have one of our mentors. He has a free um, marketing course, and so I'll make sure you all get
Okay.
the link to that. It's an online thing where you can actually go in there and set up your marketing funnel, and everything like that. It explains how to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. Cameron, you back on now? We fo-
So
Go ahead.
so
Go ahead.
as far as like marketing, what
Mhm.
was gonna take like so most of our marketing is basically passing out flyers, posting on
Okay.
social media every day. Uh that's that's probably like the hardest I would say, just
Hmm.
because like last week we were staying out for 5 to 10 hours walking, no 5 to 6 hours walking around passing out flyers, this and that, asking
Hmm.
people if they ever needed a pair delivery and stuff like that. We know it's better ways and things like that, but right
Hmm.
now the funds are tight, so we have to use what we got as far as
Gotcha.
marketing
Gotcha.
and things like that until we come across some more funds or investors or anything like that. Right now is just flyers posted on social media, getting everybody that we know to download the app, let us know their feedbacks and things like that. Just basically word of mouth.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
go out?
Yeah. You went out for a second there, but
Oh,
you should
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
be good now. Yeah. I was trying to share this. I wanted to show this one two here. Okay, it's acting a little bit better. So like when so this I'll go back and kind of show. So like in the lean stack thing, you have your lean canvas thing here. Let me see, can I shrink this down a little bit? And so you can this is a sample canvas, but so with your business model in there, but then you have these other things up here, these traction roadmaps and your story pitch and your customer forces stuff. But what I wanted to show you all, like so like in your case, what's going to be your minimum success criteria for you all for this for your startup? Like 3 years down the road, what's going to be your minimum success criteria? And so there's this tool in there called the traction roadmap. And so, and I'll blow it back up a little bit so you can actually see it. And so our so so basically, what the whole idea is you let's say you got, in this case, you're trying to, in 3 years you want to have have a recurring revenue of 10 million or a year. And then so what this tool allows you to do, and I'll show you, let's see, I'll go ahead. So and what I was trying to get folks to understand. So when I was doing my financial model for my startup, I used a tool called Startup Financial Model, and now that tool is actually free. But this is actually a simpler way to model what you're doing financially. Just kind of see if you can get to your minimal success criteria. And so you have the goal of what you want to do in 3 years, the price of your service, and what's the retention or churn or whatever, and how much it costs to, your acquisition of your customers and your conversion and all that stuff. So you have these variables here, and you can play with them, and then what it does is it tells you, it backs it all the way up to current day, and so you know how many visitors that you have to get to download your app, and how many of those don't actually come to be buyers, so you can actually get to the point where so you can actually see, you may be down here just a few customers, and then as time go on, and then you get your product market fit, and you kind of see what the number of customers, and you get to the point where you're trying to scale. So this is a kind of tool where, like, so when you get in there with the investors, and you built this traction model, you can talk intelligently with the investors to say, well, yeah, we know what we got to do to get to this point, to this minimal success criteria, and this will give you so much confidence when you're actually dealing with the investors to know whether your idea is a viable idea. And so it appears that it's desirable because like people are used to ordering and getting stuff at home, and so that's a good thing. We know it's technically feasible because many other companies have done it. You see what I'm saying? So now what you got left to prove is you got to get this build this traction thing. So when you're talking to investors, you can have confidence that you're going to work, that your pricing is right. And see, that's another thing this tool does for you. It helps you figure out, the pricing for your thing, what you have to charge in order to meet your minimal success criteria. So that's just an example of a tool that's in that Lean Stack training. So I wanted the audience to be aware, those who are out there, that I've invited to the Lean Stack. I just want to make sure that they realize these tools out there. This is some of the latest stuff, that can actually prepare you for moving forward. Yeah. So does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
but this is a tool that you can actually learn how to use. Let's see, I was going to go back to this thing. See, the problem that a lot of people have is that they want all this funding and all these, this training, and all these, these investors to invest in what they have, or they want to get in these programs, but they haven't did the homework. So they can actually pitch their idea clearly and concisely. And so that's why we put these tools out there and these trainings out there, so you as a founder can actually learn this stuff, so you can have the confidence when you're actually communicating with the investors. Because even like for the free cloud services, there has to be something.
Am I still in?
Yeah, you're in. Yeah. So there has to be something out there, and like I mentioned to you all, when that Emerge Americas is going on down in Miami, coming up next month, and their deadline for their thing is the 12th, and so the Saturday. So you have to apply, but when you're in your application, you just have to know how to communicate, answer those questions that they're asking. So Quentin, it looks like Cameron having a little trouble with his thing. So, but you see that question Vercel is asking there?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what's your take on that answer? So, Vercel is what's your unique advantage over your competitors? 2 hours delivery versus 2 to 5 days or later with Amazon?
So what's our like?
Unique advantage to doing business with you all.
So
So basically, I mean, one, your customers will get an in-store experience. Why? Because you'll be able to contact the shopper. You'll be able to talk to the shopper as they're getting your orders ready or whatever. That's one. Two, you're getting as little as 2 hours.
So hold up a minute here. So are you saying that your app has the video capability or whatever?
Or it doesn't have the video, but it
Okay,
has where you can chat with your shopper. You can like it's like a live chat or whatever.
got you. Okay,
Whenever the customer orders, they give a um live tracking like where they can see the driver when it picks it up, where the
okay,
driver is at the whole way.
okay.
Like you
Got you,
can
got you.
see all that.
yeah,
Versus Amazon, I mean, us personally, when you shop on Amazon, what customers don't understand when you shop on Amazon, yeah, like yeah, it's you're getting the Nike shirt that you ordered from Amazon or wherever, but it's been passed down from Burlington, this and that. Like sometimes it comes like it doesn't come like
it's a third party.
it's a
It's
third party. Like it's not coming. It stitching might be a little bit off or whatever. When you actually order from the Nike store, you're actually getting a Nike quality product. Like
Yes,
so with
got you.
us, you're actually getting you're getting quality.
Yeah, so
and
you all made me think of one thing. I apologize. I need to be letting you talk, Cameron. But so I remember this application that the auto repair place was doing. So they use video with their customers, when they're working on the car, so they can actually use the phone to actually show the customer where the problem is. And I was wondering if there was any unique value in I'm not suggesting this, but I just thought it was interesting that you potentially could actually the clerk, if you're chatting with the clerk, they could actually, if they're free, they could actually take the phone or whatever iPad around and show you what they have in the store,
Yeah,
and
I mean, in our business plan, like as far as the futures and things like that, we want our shoppers to be able to see, like with the shopper, we
gotcha,
want you to see everything. Like we want our
so
we want customers to have an in-store experience from start to finish with
gotcha.
using us. Like so that's
and I
our
was going.
goal.
My bad, Quinn. And
Go ahead,
yeah,
Cameron.
my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just wanted to touch up as far as our unique advantage. It's not only 2 hours. You can put in delivery time slots as well. So if you want to order, let's say, if you're ordering at 2 o'clock, you can put in a time slot and say, or if you're ordering at 12 o'clock, let me say 12 o'clock. If you're ordering at 12 o'clock, you can put in a time slot and say, hey, I want this delivered between 4 and 6. So it's really same day delivery. If you want 2 hour delivery, then that's and also the we call it Drive Global Flexible. It's flexible, anytime you can get an order, and it's not just 2 hours. Like I say, we can deliver in as fast as 1 hour, just depending on the distance, you know. And as far and also like with Drive Global Flexible, customers like it because it's a cheaper option as well. Our delivery is $8.99 for 2 hour delivery. For Drive Global Flexible, it's basically cut in half for $4.99. So
okay,
that's a cheaper option for our customers as well to just get it anytime they want.
okay. Yes, that's really really great. So, any parting thoughts? That you all want to share with the audience of from experiences that you all have learned through your all startup journey.
Yeah, of course. When you're doing a startup, you really just have to stay consistent. Consistency is key. And that's what we've been doing the whole time, just keeping our head up in the game, staying focused, and really just being consistent in building our platform. Honestly, you just have to and learn. You always have to learn as you go. Self educate yourself. because I mean we don't know anything, and mentors is a big thing as well too. If you can find some mentors, then that, like I said, that'd be great. And I mean, honestly, that's what we're I wouldn't say struggling with, but we're trying to find mentors, um, that that is in our position, that can help us at this level of building our startup. We've had the startup, when we was in the beginning mentors, but now we're kind of getting, more, because not everybody can help you, with other things.
Yes.
So definitely, finding mentors is big, to help you with, your journey as you go. And it's okay to switch up and stuff like that, but really just stay consistent as a startup. That's really what we've been learning, staying consistent, and doing what you have to do. You can't just, think, oh, I'm going to, like you said, I'm gonna be the next Amazon, or, you have to be yourself, do what you want with your company, and stick to it, and that's what we're learning. We're just trying to move at our pace and what we can do, and that's what we're doing right now.
Gotcha. Anything for you, Quentin?
Me, it's like, I mean, what advice I give is you're gonna get said a lot of no's to. Like me starting whatever, I never really like to get said no to, but that's part of the game. And sometimes no will have you not want to do it or whatever, but sometimes those 500 no's and that 100 yes could change your life. So
Yeah.
then I'll say you just keep going. Mentors is big. Like that's something, like if you can find a mentor and things like that, go for it. Networking, go to all these events, meet new people. Even it's a lot of people out here that you probably say, he can't help me or whatever, but it's just about the relationship. The relationship with the person, you could take you a long way or whatever. Like just relationships or whatever.
Yeah. I
Just
think
like that.
Yeah, I think you guys, you getting connected with the right program, in retail, because I think you all are, in like basically we're going to be saying like retail technology. So like if you start doing your Google alerts for retail type accelerators, stuff like that, or a mobility technology. I'm not sure, but it's a kind of a combination, and you can actually get the help you need because most of those big brands out there, they have startup programs, for Black founders, and so that's I think that's I think it's just a matter of connecting you all, and you all just keep validating your approach with what you're doing. But I think ultimately, I think you all are going to be able to get connected to the right resources to kind of help you move forward. So what is Carla saying here?
Carlos,
So,
you go ahead.
yeah. Oh, you want me to answer, Carl? I'll answer, Carl. Yeah. Yeah. With our target segment for wardrobe specialists, that is actually good because they do and that's what we've been thinking. A lot of in Atlanta area, Miami. Those are celebrity cities and high profile cities. So we've definitely considered and even with hotels. When people are visiting, like I said, that's Florida is known for tourists and
Mm-hmm.
visiting wise. That's part of our target segment. But we've definitely considered you know personal assistants or anybody that might shop for other celebrities or shop for other people. Which make it easier on them. Now they don't have to go to the store. Now they can make their job easier, schedule it this day, and work towards that. So that's definitely in our business plan to
Okay.
uh, target those
Okay. So
customers.
yeah. So guys, I think you're off to a good start, and I'm amazed at the amount of progress you all made without not having participated in any startup programs and stuff like that. So yeah, I can just imagine a difference is made as y'all get connected to these programs that are really designed to help founders like yourself, kind of move forward. and we're definitely willing to help you with our Startup on the Blocks program, and helping you get connected to some opportunities out there.
Okay.
All right. Well, we appreciate having you all on. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. All
Enjoyed
right.
having you too, Lloyd.
Okay. All right. Y'all take care, and we'll see everybody out there next Thursday. Looking forward to another great event. All right.
Yes, sir.